So you used it today. In fact, you used it many times. And guess what? It was free. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about Joomla, the Joomla Users Group tonight on Public Exposure. I'm Stan Emmerich, and well, we're going to learn an awful lot from you gentlemen. So let's just get going. Mark, tell us who you are, what you do, how Joomla is relevant to you.
I'm one of the members of the Joomla production leadership team.
You are Mark Dexter, right?
I'm Mark Dexter.
Okay.
Yes, I'm one of the people that helps develop the program and helps sort of guide and coordinate the volunteers that develop the program.
Rob?
My name is Robert Kowalski. I started a sole proprietorship over 3 years ago after discovering Joomla and realizing its value and leverage. And today I still develop websites and do some consulting work for primarily Joomla.
And you're the head honcho of the users group, right?
I was the first person in the Seattle area to officially register a user group anywhere in the Northwest, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Troy?
Yes, I'm Troy Anderson. I'm a technology enthusiast, self-taught. We've been doing professional Joomla websites for about 3 years. We've built a couple hundred of them and are trying to give back to the Joomla community by contributing to this user group.
Okay. Michael?
And my name's Michael McGinn. I've been in the technology realm as a hobbyist and a student and just a lover of technology since 1979 when I started using Apple II. Recently got into Joomla about 3 years ago, and then I started up the Bothell user group after attending the Seattle users group about 2 years ago.
You know, I knew absolutely nothing about Joomla. It's kind of one of those odd words that you hear in technology, like Google, for example. That's kind of an odd word. So I went to the website, and here it is. It's joomla.org. And whenever I see a .org, I think, wow, a nonprofit. But I thought Joomla was this great, big, huge, massive product that was making $1 bazillion. Is it?
Well, Joomla is a great, big, huge product. It's used by about 2.7% of all websites in the world are run on Joomla, which is a huge number.
Particularly, though, in Europe, right?
Well, all over the world. All over the world, but it's huge in North America and on virtually every continent. But it is a totally nonprofit organization. It's totally driven by volunteers. I'm a volunteer. All of the members of the leadership teams are volunteers. It's a remarkable community in that regard.
That's not to say that a lot of individuals have been able to actually provide a living for themselves by building a business based on this free software that's available and then providing services for that software.
Okay. I want to bring up this next graphic because it's I'm not sure where it exactly starts. It starts with developer, developer user, deployer, end user, but it's open source. What does open source mean? Troy?
Open source is almost the opposite of proprietary. It means the source is available to everyone. The source is what the software is made up of. It's available to everyone. The only restriction is you can't take it and call it your own and not share it. So everyone gets to share the building blocks of this software and gets to contribute and collaborate. And everyone does this on their own free will.
So, Michael, as soon as I get Joomla, am I going to get an email from Joomla saying, congratulations, you've now downloaded the free software here for $79. You can get the good one that works?
Nope, you'll never get an email like that from Joomla, never. That's the cool thing about it, because once you get the product, you can do anything you want with it. You can tear it apart, you can break it, you can fix it, you can make it better.
It's a lot of freedom.
A lot of freedom.
We're going to be getting into exactly what it is here in just a minute, but just in case, if you have some more interest in Joomla, you can learn more about it by going to joomlaseattle.org. That's the local Seattle users group, and for wherever you are in the area, we're going to be letting you find out a little bit more. Joomla is what's called what? I mean, what is Joomla?
It's a content management system.
Content management system. Let's get that up. Content management system, I've heard that referred to as CMS. What is CMS? What does that mean?
The easy way to think of it is if you want content on a website, Joomla can facilitate making it really easy to manage that content. You can have people that just know how to use a word processor, and they can manage actual content in a website without knowing any HTML or any underlying languages.
Well, you mean if I can type a letter to somebody, then I can have a website?
Exactly.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's a lot of technology developing Joomla's core code, which you never have to. Matter of fact, it's discouraged to change that because they will provide updates on a periodic basis. But we can show you a collection of all the technologies that you would need in order to build a website, which is based on what Joomla can do.
You know what? I'm not going to do that. I can't even get through my email in a day. How am I going to ever read all those books?
Yeah,
Well, go ahead.
yeah, I'd say Joomla is going to make you a hero because somebody will think that you have read all those books when all you would have had to do was something like a user's guide for Joomla 1.6.
The problem you have with a website is that if you don't know anything about it, you want to have fresh content on the website. Everybody knows that the key to getting people to come to your website is having it be useful, and that usually means you want to have content that is fresh, that is relevant, and you want to have as few barriers between the people that know the content and can write the content and being able to put it on the website. With a program like Joomla, anybody that knows how to use a word processor from anywhere in the world with a web connection can write a new page on the website as easy as typing a letter.
Well, is Joomla for a big giant corporation with 150,000 employees, or is it for me that wants to have a website for my kids' softball team?
Yes.
The great thing is a hobbyist or sole proprietor can go find a host for $5 to $15 a month to put their website on. They
Okay,
can,
what's a host?
It's a location where your website's going to sit on the internet.
Thank you.
So you can go find a place and you can one-click install Joomla, and you can have your site up and running by yourself and operate your own website. And there's 1,700 known government websites using this. It'll scale from little hobby website all the way up to the biggest government website. It works for everyone in between. It's that flexible.
Really? So when you talk about content management system, I mean, is it so detailed that I can essentially kind of follow the prompts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, there's if you can fill out a form or send an email, you can handle a content management system.
It's really close to April 15th. Let's hope I can fill out a form.
Yeah. You can use the same tool you use to view the website, which is your browser, like Internet Explorer, Firefox, Google, Safari if you're on a Mac, and log into the administration section, and from there you can manage your content from a secret area of the website, if you will, that only the administrator would have access to.
Well, I mean, and I know, and I apologize for all these elementary questions, but hey, that's what you got when you got with me. It's elementary, and I don't know a lot of things, but I know that the audiences don't as well. But in terms of what I'm hearing from you is that this is free, this is easy to use, so it seems like everybody be using it, and a lot of people are.
A lot of people are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Over 14 million downloads from the Joomla.org site,
Yeah.
and
So
growing daily.
it's over 250,000 registered users on the discussion boards on Joomla.org, where people are submitting their challenges that they're having with Joomla, and other people from that same community are responding.
What are some of the challenges? What's some of the bad things? Let's peek under the hood here.
Well, it's like with anything, you get frustrated. You're trying to learn. I mean, every time, when you learned how to use Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word, you had frustrations.
Yes, I did.
The great thing about this is that there's this huge community of people, and when you have a question or a problem, you go out to the forum, and first of all, if you're smart, you search the forum, because probably somebody has had that same question or that same problem, and you can find the answer right there.
Or it's an error message that you can copy and paste.
Right, but
Really?
if you can't, you ask the question, and then volunteers all over the world are monitoring that and will answer it.
Michael, what frustrates you about Joomla?
Some of the things that frustrate me about Joomla really aren't about Joomla per se. They're more about the hosting company that I'm trying to put my Joomla site on having permission problems. It's about the number one thing I ever run into trying to get something in Joomla to work, Joomla's doing what it's supposed to, but the host is having some problems where I've got to configure the host to give me permission to use a directory or something.
So you all are Joomla users and developers, if that's the right word. Does that mean that you have booted everybody else out? All other website creation software out? Think about that. And while you're thinking about that, we're going to take a break.